Guys, we're now going to start by installing Visual Studio Code on the Mac. Just simply go to Google, put in Visual Studio Code on the Mac. Just click on this. You'll get code editing, redefine, download for Mac. We can get insiders, which has certain enhancements but can be more unstable. And I'll talk about that more in a bit. Or we can get the regular stable version. I usually like to get the stable one, so since we're on the Mac, let's get the stable one. It should start downloading. At this point, I'll just tell you a little bit about the Insiders build. The Insiders build is essentially the latest build by Visual Studio, and you can get it side by side with the current regular stable build. And you can work from it as well on the same machine, but the only thing is it's more like for Visual Studio Code to like give them feedback or for people to try out the new features which they've given you. But the stable version is like it'll be more bug free. Once you get the zipped file, click on that and you'll see the application here. Just double click on that, say open, and you'll see Visual Studio Code open up. So this is Visual Studio Code is cross-platform, and I'll put up videos on the Windows and Linux as well. So don't worry about that. And just a couple of other points. You can drag the .app file to the applications folder. What that means is if I go to my downloads right now, this is the application, so you can copy that and put it into applications, right? So now what I can do is from applications itself, I can open up Visual Studio. There it is. So you can always just pull this up. I also want to show you guys a few quick points which help you as you work along with Visual Studio Code on the Mac. The first one is if you go to VS Code here on the icon, right click or double click with 2 fingers. Let's go to options and say keep in dock. It'll keep it in the dock here. It's handy whenever you want to use it. It's pretty quick. VS Code is a pretty small download. According to the website, it's less than 100 MB and has a disk footprint of less than 200 MB, so it's pretty lightweight, easy to use, better than Visual Studio Code in that aspect in terms of weight. Lighter the better, at least that's what I think. And in terms of system like requirements on the Mac, all you need is to make sure you have Yosemite or above OS X. So I guess you would have it at this point when I'm shooting this video, and I would recommend you have a GB of RAM at least. You can see what my system, if you go to my about this Mac, you'll see I'm running El Capitan and it's working fine, works great. The other thing I'd recommend, so when you're on code, you can go here and go to about Visual Studio Code, and you'll always know the version you're running. It's handy if you want to do a manual update in case you have some bug and you know that there's a fix in the next version and you need to check what version you have. You can use this feature here.